Hello, I'm Chad Laubscher, and we're going to be discussing the various aspects of the Nearpod program and why I believe most of the students and teachers in our district could benefit from using it in the classroom. Alright, so what exactly is Nearpod? Unlike other presentation tools that many teachers are currently using in the classroom, Nearpod really is more than just a presentation tool. By using Nearpod, teachers can create more engaging, interactive lessons that require students to be more actively involved, not simply staring at words on the screen or mindlessly copying down information. Nearpod also makes it possible for the teachers to monitor their students' progress in real time, as well as control the pace in which students are moving through a particular lesson. The program can even be used for independent work or for assignments outside of the classroom, such as homework. Additionally, Nearpod provides a detailed report following each lesson that includes data that can be used to assess the student's understanding of the material covered and help the teacher plan for future instruction. According to the Keystone Central School District vision statement, a graduate of the Keystone Central School District is one who thinks critically and creatively, exhibits tolerance and respect for others, behaves responsibly and ethically, and most importantly, embraces technology as it impacts the local and global society. So, how does Nearpod support our school district's vision? Well, because of the flexibility of the Nearpod program, it can be used in all K through 12 classes and for all subjects, and it's appropriate to use with all ages. Nearpod can even be used by administrators to provide training to teachers in the district that helps to ensure staff are prepared to provide students with the instruction and opportunities that help them to achieve what is expressed in the district's vision statement. Also, because of the program's flexibility, not only can teachers use this presentation tool to provide instruction to an entire classroom during whole group instruction, teachers can also provide instruction that is catered to the individual needs of each student by using the information that is provided during and after Nearpod lessons. Using the Nearpod presentation tool in the classroom is really easy. It's extremely simple. And all you need is the ability to connect to the internet and some form of technology. While your students can access Nearpod presentations by going directly to the Nearpod website, there's also a Nearpod application that can be downloaded to the devices that you will be using in the classroom to make it easier for the students to log in and to get started on the lessons. The application can be downloaded from places such as the Apple Store, Google Play, or going to a Windows Store. So depending on the brand of your product, whether it be Apple or PC or whatever it is that you're using, there are places where you can download the application. Also, Nearpod can be used on any device that connects to the internet, so including smartphones, your tablets, computers, laptops, whatever you have. As long as it connects to the internet, it's going to work. Because of this capability, Nearpod can even be assessed outside of the classroom, which we will discuss how this can be used in a little bit. While the Nearpod is it's a user-friendly program, for those teachers and administrators that require additional assistance, as well as for those that want to use Nearpod to its full potential, there are numerous ways in which to get additional assistance. For example, Nearpod offers frequent online workshops, as well as self-paced courses that can be accessed at any time. And these cover a wide variety of topics. I mean, if you go to their website and look through them, there's a lot of different areas that you can learn more about. You can also view video tutorials and receive assistance through social media websites such as YouTube and Twitter. Also, through the Nearpod website, users can find answers to frequently asked questions, as well as contact someone from Nearpod to address any issues that aren't found on the website. And finally, staff from Nearpod could even possibly come to your school or district to provide training to teachers and administration on how to use the program. So that's something you would have to actually contact the Nearpod staff to see if that's a possibility for your school or district. The costs, they vary. I mean, I've been using a version of it that is completely free. Um, you can see there that it's free and you get a limited amount of storage, and only 30 students per session can use it during a live session. If you want to upgrade it, you can see for $12 a month or $120 if paid in full, you get more storage and more students at one time can use Nearpod during a live session. For those people that are more interested in providing it for a school or a district, in order to find out the cost for that, you would have to actually contact Nearpod. But as you can see, with that upgrade, you get more storage and more students can use it per live session. So again, you would have to contact Nearpod directly for that information. All right, using Nearpod in the classroom. As mentioned earlier, creating interactive Nearpod lessons is simple, and teachers can even access pre-made lessons that other teachers have already made, including some that are free and some of them do cost a little bit to use. But they cover most school subjects and all these different topics that you could ever think of or imagine. Nearpod also makes it possible to include links to other sources on the internet. So for example, a teacher could include a video clip for students to watch during a lesson using Nearpod if they wish to do so. Also, using the Nearpod presentation tool will also help teachers with classroom management. Once students are familiar with using Nearpod, it's really simple for them to use the teacher provided student login code to get ready for the lesson. And we'll talk about that later. Teachers can ensure that all students are on task because teachers can instantly view students' responses and also control the pace of the lesson. So you can see how and when and how long it's taking the students to respond to questions to make sure that they are in fact paying attention and are on task. If students are moving too fast, the teacher has the ability to slow down the lesson to make sure everyone's on track. Additionally, because of the level of interaction that can be provided through Nearpod, the level of student distraction can be significantly reduced because everything is right there in front of them on their screen. Some more about using Nearpod in the classroom. One of my favorite aspects is the fact that it uses multiple questioning techniques. So this makes it possible to differentiate your instruction in the classroom. You can see there different options. You can use multiple choice questions, open-ended questions, fill in the blank, and even a free draw technique where you can provide a question or a prompt and students will be required to draw an image of whatever the question is. For students that require additional time or practice, teachers can even create Nearpod lessons that can be accessed on an individual basis, both in the classroom and at home. And all you have to do is provide the student with a specific login code, and the students can use that wherever they're at. All right, as a teacher, I find this part extremely important. By using the Nearpod program, you can actually receive assessment data. This data happens real time during the lesson, and also after the lesson is complete, you get a free, full downloadable report that has not only how the entire class did, all right, but you can also see how each individual student did during or throughout the lesson. So you can see how they answered certain questions, what questions they got right, what questions they got wrong. And then you can use this information to target the areas that students may require additional instruction for. All right, so again, this is something that you can do during the lesson. You can see student responses. And once the lesson is complete, you get the image here is showing you an example of a post-session report that you can use to help create further instruction for your students. Nearpod is still growing. I feel like every time I create a new lesson to use with my students, I discover a new feature of Nearpod that I can use to make my lessons even more interesting and interactive. Nearpod recently added two new real fascinating options that I can't wait to actually use with my students. Nearpod 3D makes it possible to view various objects, which you can see the image there of the human lungs, and the students can then interact and view the objects by providing the user with the ability to move the object in a three-dimensional environment. So that image of the lungs there, you can actually move it around and look at it from different angles. Nearpod also now has a virtual field trip tool that has numerous locations from around the world that students can explore without ever leaving their classroom. So the image there of the Great Pyramid of Giza, and you can see the Great Sphinx, you can actually kind of rotate that image around. And I mean, for districts that might not have the funding to go to, I mean, most districts are not going to have the funding to go to Egypt, but this provides them an opportunity to sort of explore through the virtual field trip option, explore different areas around the world. Um, so reflecting on this, I recommend that everyone use it. I truly believe that the Nearpod program is a resource that can positively benefit both teachers and the students. It's a simple way to create interactive presentations and lessons for all students of any age and across, again, all school subjects. Nearpod also provides assessment data that can be used by teachers and administrators to ensure that the methods being used in the classroom, they're effective and all students are receiving the best educational experience possible. All right, to see how simple it is to create and share Nearpod presentations with your students, please go to the links provided at the end here, and you'll actually see a video and an explanation of how each of these can be done. Again, thank you for your time and for your consideration.